Hey, what's up? This is Matt Dietz, and this is Agency Launch. This is the show where I talk about running an insurance agency. I talk about sales and marketing strategies for insurance agents. I talk about staffing for insurance agents. I talk about retention and customer service for insurance agents. One of the most popular questions that I get right now is, hey, Matt, I know I'm supposed to quote a certain amount of people every day. How do I find people to quote? Well, if you text me right now to 208-213-8809, I have an asset pulled directly from my masterclass that I'm giving out for free. Text me 20 policies to 208-213-8809, and I will show you how to write 20 policies this week. On with the show. Are you dying for something to be easy? Does everything seem just that much harder these days? Do you hate Accord forms every time you want to apply for something? I've got something to make your life a little bit easier. I want to introduce you to Brightco. Brightco is an online jewelry insurance company that has made buying insurance for your jewelry so easy. You can get a quote in like 2 minutes. You answer 6 questions. You can do the quote. You can bind it. You're going to be done before you even know that you started. Brightco will manage all payments, claims, reporting, and commissions all on this slick portal. And in a world where our tech feels clunky and lethargic, it is a breath of fresh air to have something modern at our fingertips that make our lives easier and our customers' lives easier. So go to bright.co/Matt Dietz. That's brite.co/MATTDIETZ to learn more, and go right to that site to get appointed. Let's go. Hey, what's up? All right, so today I was doing some outreach in my texting community, and I sent out a text that said, hey, everyone, just a reminder, in all the things that you do, if you're an agency owner, or even if you're a producer, what is your main job? I mean, we have a lot of hats to wear, right? So we have to be proficient in sales. We have to build a team. We have to be a leader. We have to be able to communicate with our clients. We have to give great customer service. We have to be able to market and sell. Well, we have to be able to market. We have to be able to, build culture. We have to be able to, diffuse tension with clients. We have to be educational with our clients, and we have to deal with our underwriters, and there's so much that we have to do, right? But what's most important? What's primary? In the beginning, even in your first 5 years, when you start a business like this, your main job is marketing. You have to market, and you have to market proficiently so that people know that you're there and people know what you offer. You can be great at sales, you can be great at all those other things, but none of that matters if you don't have anyone to sell to. Okay. So when you start your business and you open your agency, it's very exciting. You can do all the fun things, and you can get your business cards, and, you can hire your team, and you can get set up on buying leads, and you can get your office set up, and you can get your email set up. You can get a website going. You can do all of these things, but what are you doing to drive business to you? Your job is to quote people, sell them, and put premium on the books. That is your job. And in your first few years, that's all you should be doing. You don't even have a book of business to service yet, and if you're a producer, that's it. All that other stuff you don't even have to worry about as a producer. You should just be out quoting, quote, that's all you should be doing. In the beginning, if you're an agency owner, you got to get your name out there. You have to start building your reputation. You have to start getting in front of the people that are going to send you business. You got to ask people for business. So the most important thing, is marketing. You are a marketer, period. If you can reframe your job and this is something that you may not have been told when you were hired from the people that, interviewed you and offered you this position and things like that. You can think that you're good at sales. You can be great at sales, but if you don't have anybody to sell to, none of this matters. Okay. You're not going to build a team. You're not going to build a book of business. You're not going to have people to service. So what are we doing here? So like your primary job is marketing. And so what does that mean? Well, I teach this. I've been talking about it for years, right? Like what you want to be doing is you want to have at least 5 ways to drive business to you. Okay. And you want to have these defined. You want to have them, you want to understand how they work, and you have to work them. Okay. A lot of agents start their agency and they're being taught, like, here's how you build your business is you buy a bunch of leads. All right. That's how you build this business. Nope. I disagree with that. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying you can do it. It's going to be substantially more expensive than you think. It's going to be substantially more work than you think. And there's going to be substantially less joy than you think. That is hard. Okay. So 5 ways to drive business your way. You have to, the good news is there are dozens of ways to drive business to you. Dozens. Okay. You want to identify, you want to practice, you want to try all of them, and you want to keep the ones that work. You want to get better at the ones that work, and the ones that don't work, the ones that are costing you money and time, you want to get rid of. Okay. So there are all kinds of ways to do this. There are passive marketing. I hate passive marketing. Okay. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's a waste of money, and I don't believe that it works. So if you are doing things like, I'm going to get an ad in this magazine, or I'm going to get on the high school baseball field outfield wall. I'm going to buy an advertisement in the high school football or football stadium. I'm going to be in a realtor's packet of information. I'm going to be on a bus sign. I'm going to be on a golf, scorecard. I'm going to get my name out there. Like, nope, I'm going to be on a grocery cart. Don't ever, ever pay money to get on a grocery cart. All right. It's, there are way better ways to spend your money. Okay. I don't like passive marketing. You are more than welcome to try it. Okay. You can go out there and you can spend all this money to get your name out there, but does it make your phone ring? And is it driving business to you? That's all I care about. That's all you should care about. I think there's a lot of wishful thinking. I've done it. I did it. I did all that stuff. All these 20 ways, these dozens of ways to market. I've tried most, if not all of them. All right. The ones that I don't do are because they didn't work for me. Okay. I spent $3,000 on a magazine advertisement that didn't do anything for me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay. So what are the ways that you can get out and the other thing is, think of it like this. Like, you can build the most beautiful website in the world. Okay. And you can have it out there and it can be gorgeous, but no one's going to go to it because nobody knows about it. You have to drive people to it. Okay. That's the same thing as your business. Okay. The one thing that most agents, newer agents don't do, and they're not taught is, to ask people for their business. Okay. If you're not asking people for their business, you're missing out on opportunities. All right. You're leaving money on the table. If you are not out there proud of what you do, telling people what you do, asking to help them, then you're missing out on opportunity. You should be asking people every day. In the beginning of my career, I went out and I would go and find myself in rooms full of people, whether it's a business mixer, a chamber meeting, there are all kinds of things probably happening in your town where people are congregating en masse. Well, you got to show up at those things and you have to have a plan. Okay. I'm not going to leave this event until I have convinced 3 people for a quote. All right. You have to learn that craft. You have to practice that craft. Okay. I've done a podcast in Agency Launch. You can search for it, called How to Sell to Strangers. Okay. I'd encourage you to listen to that. So you want to have 5 ways that you can drive business to you. Okay. My first district manager taught me this. He said it was like fishing. Okay. If you sit in a boat and you cast 1 line in the water, you're going to catch 1 fish an hour. Okay. If you cast 5 lines in the water, you're going to catch 5 fish an hour. The lines in the water are your marketing systems. You need 5 ways to drive business to you. regular. If you have 5 lines in the water that each drive you 10 policies a month, you're going to write 50 policies a month, okay? But you have to build these systems. You have to cultivate them. You have to learn how to do it. And you have to go out and do the real work, okay? No one's going to show up at your office just because you rented a space and you put a sign on the door, okay? It doesn't work like that anymore. So what are 5 ways to do it? I've done other episodes in Agency Launch on, 15 marketing systems. So I've done plenty of content on how to build marketing systems. Mortgage brokers are great. Social media can be good, but you got to be good at social media. Okay, you got to know what you're doing out there. You can't go out on social media and be like, who needs a quote? Don't do that. It doesn't work. You have to be educational in there. That's where you build your brand. Okay. I would go to your phone right now and I would be like, all right, who are the people that I've been texting with in the last 2 months? I would scan that list and like, how many of these people are clients? Probably not many. Okay. Ask them for their business. All right. You're already texting, you're already connected with them. Ask them for their business. Okay. You can do events. You can buy leads if you want to. That's a line in the water, but you got to work it properly. You have to have a way to cultivate those leads. You got to be really persistent in asking internet leads at least 12 times for their business. Okay. So you want to build out 5 marketing systems that's going to drive business to you, but it takes planning, it takes execution, it takes failing. And that's what you have to do. So I would encourage you to find the episodes in Agency Launch that talk about marketing, how to build marketing systems, but that's pretty much what you have to do in the beginning. You got to ask people for business. You got to tell people what you do, and you got to get out there. Okay. So there you go. My name's Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Dietz Agency. Don't forget to send me a text, 208-213-8809, and I will send you 10 ways to write 20. I will send you, if you text me 20 policies to 208-213-8809, I will send you 10 ways to write 20 policies this week without buying any internet leads. It's exactly what I'm talking about right now. 10 marketing methods right now. Okay, so there you go. Thank you so much for listening. Keep up the good work.